Hi, in this video you will learn how to solve question 6 of 2019 November paper 1 for Computer Applications Technology. Link to the paper and files is provided in description section below the video. If you need to see solution for specific sub-question, click on the timestamps in the description. 1 mark will be allocated for the correct closing of all tags and the correct nesting of both the web pages. Question 6.1. Open the incomplete 6.1 Wanda web page in a web browser and also in a text HTML editor, not a word processing program such as Word. Double-clicking on the file will open it in a browser. We will use the browser to observe the changes. Now, right-click on the same file, hover over Open With. We need to open the file in a text editor so that we can change the code. In worst-case scenario, you can use Notepad for that purpose. Another option is to use Notepad++, which most probably has been installed on most school computers. So, I will go with that option. Let me open the file with regular Notepad as well. As you can see, we have same text. The only difference, we don't have these fancy colors. Also, you may miss some of code completion suggestions, but it is not a big deal. Now I will close the Notepad application and continue to work on Notepad++. One thing to note is that indentation in this file doesn't impact your code. Its sole purpose is to make your document clearer and more readable. Note, question numbers appear as comments in the coding to indicate where you should insert the answers. Do not delete these comments. Note, use the example on the previous page as a guide when answering this question. So, we will try to convert this page into the one in this image. Question 6.1.1. Set the background color of the web page to beige. The change in color must be applied to whole page, which means we need to set color feature inside the body tag. Position your cursor after the phrase body in the opening tag. Type space and then BG color is equal to beige. Don't forget quotation marks. If you can't remember these tags and attributes, you can always use HTML tag sheet in your question paper as a reminder. As you can see, we use BG color to change the background color. I will close this sheet and not bring it in for next questions. But in the exam, you can always use it as a reference. Save the file by pressing Ctrl and S. Go to your browser and refresh the page to see the difference. The color of the page has changed. This question is for 1 mark. Question 6.1.2. Format the heading Agra as follows. Change the font size to 50. Put your cursor next to font in an opening tag. Change the size by typing size equal to 50. Change the font to Century. To change the font family, you have to type face is equal to Century in between double quotation marks. Save the file and then refresh the browser to see the change. 1 mark will be rewarded for correct font size and 1 mark for font family. Question 6.1.3. Insert the 6city.jpg picture found in your examination folder after the heading Agra. Set the height of the picture to 350 and the width to 600. Ensure that the picture appears below the heading as shown in the example on the previous page. First, let's ensure that image will appear below the heading. To do so, just add BR tag as a first line for question 6.1.3. Then, although it is not necessary, hit enter for a new line. Add img tag for a picture. Main attribute required for this tag is the source. Type src for source is equal to double quotation marks and then the file name of the picture 6city.jpg. Next attributes are width and height of the image. Set height to 350 and width to 600. Save your file and refresh the browser for change to take place. In this question, 1 mark will be allocated for BR tag, 1 mark for image tag, 1 mark for correct image file 6city.jpg. Finally, height and width attributes will get you 1 mark each. Question 6.1.4. Change the list at the end of the web page to display as shown in the example on the previous page. To display items as a list in a web page, we need to put li tags, which stands for list item, inside ul or ol tags. ul stands for unordered list and used for bulleted lists. ol stands for ordered list and used for numbering a list. In the provided picture, the list is numbered. So, put opening ol tag before list items and closing ol tag after list items. Save the document and refresh the browser to display the final touches. This question is for 1 mark. Save and close 6.1 Wanda web page. Question 6.2. Open the incomplete 6 tourism web page in a web browser and also in a text HTML editor. Complete the web page to look exactly like the example below. Double-click on 6 tourism file to open it in a browser. Then, right-click on the same file and open it with a text editor. In the provided image, text "Foreign visitors to the Taj Mahal" displayed as a heading. Add opening H1 tag before the text and close it after the text. If you save the file and refresh the browser, you will notice that header style is applied to the text. We need to make it italic as well. Add opening I tag before the text and closing one after the text. Save the file and refresh the browser to see the change. All the information between the heading and text starting with click more should be part of a table. Add opening table tag before this information and closing table tag after the information. If you save the file and check the browser by refreshing it, you will see that not much has changed. Only the section starting with click for more moved to the next line. The table has 3 rows. Add 3 opening and closing tar tags, which stands for table row. 1 before and after 2018 figures. 1 before year and after percentage sign. And finally, 1 before 2018 and after 14.0. Now, we must specify that 2018 figures is a table heading by placing it inside TH tag, TH for table head. The rest of the cells we will place inside TD tags, which stands for table data. Save the file and refresh your browser. Now we have a table, but it still needs some makeup. First, let's add border by passing border attribute to the table, and we can give it any value. I will make it 2. We have to span the table heading across all 3 columns. To do so, we add call span attribute to table head and make it equal to 3 for 3 columns. Save the file and test the change in the browser by refreshing it. Once we are done with the table, let's convert the text below the table into a hyperlink. To do so, let's put the text inside the anchor tag A. We pass www.tajmahal.in as a hyperlink reference to href. Refresh your browser to see all the applied changes. Mark allocation for this question is as follows: 1 mark for applying heading level, 1 mark for making heading italic, 1 mark for creating a table, 1 mark for adding a border to the table, 1 mark for having 3 sets of rows, 1 mark for using TH or TD tags, 1 mark for having 3 columns, 1 mark for spanning the table head to 3 columns, 1 mark for creating an hyperlink, and the last mark if the hyperlink links to www.tajmahal.in. Close the 6T Tourism web page. We are done with question 6 for 2019 CAT paper 1. In the next video, I will show you how to solve question 7.